Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Troy. Hey, listen, DirectTV has dropped Trump propaganda network Newsmax from its lineup in a dispute over carrier fees. It's how much DirectTV pays to Newsmax to include it in their lineup. Networks do this all the time with the channels they feature. They have to come to some sort of contractual obligation about how much they're going to pay in fees to carry that network. Happens all the time. Networks get dropped all the time over disputes about these fees. But of course, the snowflakes on the right are crying a foul, crying censorship about DirectTV dropping Newsmax. Here's Newsmax CEO Chris Ruddy talking about the fact that they're going to be taking their fight to restore Newsmax to DirectTV all the way to the top. Check this out.
Yeah, well, they got rid of One America. Now they got rid of Newsmax. Only Fox News is left as conservative leaning. And you have 22 liberal channels. Let me give you an example. Vice, which is a far left channel aimed at young millennials,
Yeah.
pro Antifa, all of that stuff. They are on all of DirectTV. They have a tiny rating, just 20% of Newsmax's lowest rating. And they get a fee about what we were asking for. So it's a very clear example of political discrimination. That's why we're fighting back. President Trump has called for a boycott of AT&T and DirectTV. Even if you're not a subscriber of DirectTV, he says cancel your cell phones. Don Jr., as you know, just put out a tweet.
We could put that up on the screen. Yeah. Right there.
So he's telling people to drop DirectTV and AT&T.
Cancel your cell phones because AT&T owns DirectTV. So now the conservative snowflakes, the fascist snowflakes on the right, want to cancel AT&T and switch over to Patriot Mobile. They're basically just creating their own little Patriot universe, their own little fascist universe where they only have to purchase products that they agree with politically. It's kind of a sad situation. The CEO of DirectTV pointed out that you could still watch Newsmax on their YouTube channel. You can watch Newsmax on their website. They stream on their website. There's ways to access. You can watch them on Roku. There's ways to access Newsmax through streaming services. Even if you are a DirectTV customer, you can continue to watch Newsmax through other means. But of course, the fascist snowflakes have to make this all about censorship and continue this myth about liberal media bias, about a bias towards liberal media. Fox News is the largest cable news network owned by News Corp, which is a massive worldwide corporation. They own the New York Post. They own the Washington Times. They own a lot of different news sources. We have Sinclair Media, which is a right-leaning network that controls almost every local news in the United States is controlled by Sinclair, and they've been known to send out sort of talking points memos to all their local news broadcasts. We have CNN that was recently purchased by a major Trump donor. So CNN is now owned by Republicans. So this myth about the liberal media, the bias in the liberal media, even the so-called like liberal media networks like CNN and MSNBC are both sides networks. They're going to try and rationalize fascism. They're going to try and give equal weight to both sides of issues, even though one side of the issue is absolutely insane. One side of political discourse in this country is fascistic and completely insane and gone off the rails, but mainstream media wants to be both sides, wants to give equal time to both sides. Not here on MeidasTouch. We're not a both sides network. We don't both sides the issues. We tell you exactly what's going on, and we reveal the fascism that's happening in the United States. But the fascist snowflakes now up in arms about the prospect of losing the Trump propaganda network Newsmax from DirectTV over basic contract negotiations that happen all the time. DirectTV is not a left. DirectTV, AT&T are not a left-leaning organizations, not left-leaning companies. They're in it to make money. It was a business decision, clearly. But the right-wing fascists are going to be screaming about censorship, taking this all the way to the top. And apparently they're even calling on members of Congress. There are members of Congress that are talking about forming a committee to investigate AT&T, to investigate DirectTV, because these people are nothing if they can't be outraged at something. It's always got to be, they're outrage farmers. They always have to be, they are nothing if they are not afraid and outraged. So now the boogeyman is DirectTV, AT&T for dropping Newsmax, even though it is still completely possible to watch the propaganda network Newsmax on multiple other streaming platforms. But they're going to be boycotting AT&T, going to Patriot Mobile to send a message that they want to live exclusively in their own bubble, and they will not tolerate any breach of their fascist bubble when it comes to the information that they consume. Sad. Very, very sad. For MeidasTouch, this is Troy. Remember, smash that subscribe button to keep supporting independent media.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.